Welcome back, heroes. Forgive my camera. My lights aren't working properly in my room, so my cameras are being crazy. But welcome back to the channel. We had talked about it yesterday, and I figured we would touch base with it a little bit today. I want to see exactly what's going on, what's a little different with the Stormbringer here. Customer service. What the snap is this? None of this I can use, my guy. I appreciate all this. But see, I can't I can't do anything with it. Alright, just get rid of all this. Can't use them in this version of the game. But anyway, I wanted to see what's changed, if anything, for the Stormbringer. Because we had a lot of fun playing it. We play tested it, did 2 builds on it. I had already gotten most of the wind done. And then they launched a new big patch. So now we kind of got to go back and do it. So I'm going to start with Maelstrom since it was the last one that we did. I've already put all the points into this. We'll go over it. We'll try to do a dungeon with it. And then we'll go on from there. And then after we complete the dungeon, we'll swap over to a different build, talk about those stats, or skills, talent points, whatever you want to call them, and then we will go run a dungeon with that one, and then we will do the third build, and then try and run a dungeon with it. So that's kind of my game plan for tonight. Not 100% sure how that's going to go, or if that's even what somebody wants to see me do during a live stream. But I figured, hey, what the heck, we'll definitely give it a shot. For Maelstrom, let's go over these points. I'll go a little slower than I did last time, because basically I was like, this didn't change, this did, and I kind of just covered this without really covering this between the 2 builds. On this side, this is our left-hand side, this is our Stormbringer tree. We've got Cloud Burst. I don't really use this, but it is a knockback, good for PvP. Torrential Wrath, that is a skill that we need to have. So, and that's also the one we start with, which is good. Conjure Storm. Conjure Storm is really good for AoE damage purposes, plus just getting stacks of stuff up on people, so I love that one. Spellstorm Mastery reduces the mana cost of all spells by 10%. That just means that it doesn't cost us as much mana to throw stuff at people, which is awesome. We have Studious. Casting Brine now generates 5 additional static. This is awesome because Brine is our primary attack. This allows us to get more static, which allows us to use our abilities a lot faster. Altered Course. Discharge now increases your movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. Not very useful, except for when you're trying to keep up with the tank. Conjuration Mastery reduces the cooldown of your Conjure Storm by 5 seconds. Again, Conjure Storm is amazing because it's going to allow you to pump out more AoE. We drop down, get Body of Lightning. Body of Lightning allows us to do more AoE so long as we're doing damage to people. Aviana's Blessing increases our critical strike chance and spell haste by 2%. This is awesome because we want crit and haste. Storm Chaser, dealing damage with Crackle, now reduces the cast time of your next call lightning by 15% for 10 seconds, stacks 2 times. Basically, the way I play this is when I get to 50 static, I pop 1 Crackle, and then I pop Call Lightning, unless Torrential Wrath is up. Arcane Lightning increases your nature and arcane damage, which is all we do, by 4%, which is good. Shocked to Life. Brine now heals you for 10% of initial damage. That's just a bonus for us, so that it makes it easier on the healer. Invigorating Winds. We can pop this on a tank, which is really fun. Envelop the ally in Invigorating Winds, granting them immunity to silence and interrupting effects. Dramatically reduces their threat and reduces all damage taken by 20% for 8 seconds. The threat reduction does not apply to tanks. So if you pop this on the tank, they get a free 20% damage reduction for 8 seconds. It's great. Electrocutioner. Critical strikes with Crackle make your next electrocute within 10 seconds. Usable regardless of target's health percentage. Electrocute is our... Ooh, that was not what I wanted to do, dang it. That's not the skill way I wanted to go. We went Thunder King. I accidentally right-clicked. That's my bad. But anyway, so Electrocute, that's this skill right here. Shock an enemy for 691 nature damage and generates 10 statics. Can only be used when a target is at 35 health, or 35% health. What makes this great is this is our execute skill. This just makes it to where it can become usable ahead of time. Improved Body of Lightning. This just allows the cooldown of Body of Lightning to be reduced by 15%, so we can get it up faster and more often. Thunder Ward. This is a 3-minute cooldown. Gives you a shield. Storm Sorcery. Dealing damage with Call Lightning and Torrential Wrath. Now increases the critical strike chance of all spells and attacks against the target by 3% for 10 seconds. This is just good to have, because as long as we're using Torrential Wrath or Call Lightning, then we can get it to do more damage. Storm Channeling. Damaging critical strikes now restore 5% of your missing mana over 4 seconds. As long as you're critting, you're going to have infinite mana almost. Storm Cloaked, another shield. Storm Rider, casting Cloud Ride, now removes all root and slow effects and makes you immune to them for 2 seconds. This is your teleport forward ability. And it makes it to where if you're rooted and you need to get out of dodge, you can just click it and you'll still be able to teleport out. It's good. Concentrated Static, casting Discharge now restores 5% more mana in case you really need to use it. Eye of the Tornado increases critical strike, your damaging critical strikes now refund 5 static. This allows us to keep more static up. Surge Overlord, your crackle now affects an additional enemy. Lingering Lightning increases the duration of your Storm Cloak by 2 seconds and Conjure Storm and Body of Lightning by 5 seconds. We're not using it for the Storm Cloak, we're using it for Conjure Storm and Body of Lightning so that it gets an additional 5 seconds per each one. And then our last one, which is a 3-minute cooldown, transform into the Thunder King for 20 seconds, allowing Call Lightning to strike 3 additional enemies and increasing movement speed by 35%. Generates 5 static every 1 second. While active, critical strikes deal bonus spell storm damage, scaling with spell power and granting Raging Storm. Raging Storm increases spell haste by 3%, stacks 10 times. So, in theory, if you can get enough crits off in time to get Raging Storm, you're going to have 30% increased spell haste. So you can literally just pop spells left, right, and center. It's great. So that's the whole tree, and that's pretty much what I follow for the other 2 builds as well. Over here on this side, you'll notice that this is now new. This scales with levels. So you get this one right at 10. This is Maelstrom. Brine and Crackle now grant a stack of Conductive for 15 seconds, stacking 7 times. Call Lightning and Torrential Wrath consume all stacks of Conductive to trigger Conduction. Conduction deals 380 Frost Storm damage, increased by 50% for each stack of Conductive consumed. At level 15, you get Maelstrom. If you kill an enemy while channeling Stormflow, the cooldown of Stormflow is now reset. Maelstrom at level 20, reduce the cooldown of Stormflow by 5 seconds. And at level 30, your Electrocute can now be used while channeling Stormflow. So very important here. So Stormflow, that's our big one. We did 2 points into Stormcaller, increases the effectiveness of your Stormflow by 30%. Just means it does more damage and gets its other bonuses from it. Like Brine and Crackle, can instantly be cast and does damage. Discipline of Thorn, reduces the cast time of your Call Lightning and Torrential Wrath by 0.3 seconds. Which is great. Oh, I did do that wrong. It's that way that I wanted to do it. This is actually the spell. We didn't want Lingering Lightning. Meh. This one right here, every 30 seconds, your Storm Alert and Torrential Wrath is instant cast. That's what I wanted. I was like, why is my thing not glowy? Let's see, where were we? Alright, Drown. Attempt to drown an enemy, dealing 297 Frost Storm damage. I'll show that to you here in just half a second. While affected, or here. Let's just start at the top, and every time we get to a skill, I'll just show you the skill. How about that? So, Stormflow. Stormflow is going to be this one. Oop, that's Brian. Where's my storm flow? This one. That storm flow. As long as it's going, I can cast other skills on top of it. Okay. Next is going to be drown. Drown is a bubble that goes on it. If you're doing damage while drown is on a target, it's going to pop and do a lot more damage. Then we got Hydraxin Apprentice increases damage dealt by your conduction by 15%. Brine transforms shock into brine, douse an enemy dealing 294 frost storm damage and reducing the cooldown of torrential wrath by 1 second. Generates 15 stacks, scales with modifiers to shock. Then we got Deluge. Blast up to 10 enemies at the target area, dealing 327 frost damage. Increased by 20% for each stack of conductive. Leaves a high volatile zone on the ground, dealing 430 frost storm damage over 6 seconds. So that skill is this one right here. It requires us to have 50 static, so let's build that up real quick. Okay. So what that does is we pop that. Oop, I should have thrown that over there. Hold on. Let's get that built back up. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot I have it. I actually have a macro for it, so that it casts where my mouse is. But if I throw it over here onto those guys, you can see it's going to just sit there and start ticking and doing some damage for me. So, good AoE spell right there. It does an initial burst, and then it just does even more damage after that. Raging Maelstrom increases the damage of Torrential Wrath by 20%. Torrential Wrath, by the way, I haven't shown it off, but it is us throwing a spear at somebody, and then they're going to take a debuff. And the debuff can actually help do even more damage. But that's Raging Maelstrom right there. Then we picked up Quick Conduction. Dealing damage with Conduction now reduces the remaining cooldown of your Deluge by 1 second per stack of Conductive consumed. Lightning Core, casting Storm Flow, now refreshes a charge of Crackle. Bursting increases the stack of Drowning by 5%. Or the stack value of Drowning by 5%, sorry. Storm Surge, damage dealt by your Crackle now increases the damage of your next Call Lightning or Torrential Wrath within 12 seconds by 5%, stacks 5 times. Prodigy of Li Shen allows Stormflow to critically strike, which is great. We ended up picking up Amped Flow. While channeling Stormflow, your Brine and Crackle hit 2 additional targets at 75% value. And then we have Voltic Mastery. Increases the duration of Deluge by 2 seconds and increases its damage by 10%. Static Electricity. Casting Torrential Wrath with 7 stacks of Conduction now casts Conjure Storm at the target's location. So if we get 7 points of Conduction up and then we pop Torrential Wrath at 7 stacks, we automatically get a Conjure Storm. So that's great. Unstable, your direct damage critical strikes cause your Stormflow to tick 20% faster for 3 seconds. Raining and Pouring increases the critical damage of your Torrential Wrath and Call Lightning by 15%, which is great. We picked up Thunderous Blast. Your Electrocute is now affected by Conductive, increasing its damage by 10% per stack. We could also go with Binder of Storms, allows your Crackle's debuff to stack 1 additional time and causes your Torrential Wrath to consume all stacks to deal 15% increased damage per stack. So if you're really, like... honestly, that's actually probably the better one to go with anyway. There we go. We'll swap it out for that. Flow of Wrath. Dealing damage with Stormflow now reduces the remaining cooldown of your Torrential Wrath by 1 second. Conductor in Charge increases... increased magic damage of party and raid members by 3%. Then we got Storm Fury. This is a 1.5 minute cooldown. Summon a flurry of rain, wind, and lightning from the sky up to 12 enemies within 30 yards of the caster every 1.5 seconds, each dealing 141 to 160 nature damage. Damage dealt with Brine and Crackle has a 20% chance to cast Lesser Conjure Storm above the target, can only occur once per second. Conjure Lesser Storm. Or Lesser Conjure Storm, sorry. Deals an additional 166 nature damage every 1 second. Scales with modifiers to Conjure Storm. And then we have spheres of power. This was really the only way I thought to go with this one. Your direct damage dealt now has a 20% chance to summon a power sphere that will move towards your target. You can only have one power sphere up at a time. Power spheres will redirect its movement towards your enemies when you cast Stormflow. And then upon reaching the target, it will do 545 spell storm damage to them and enemies within 5 yards. So that's everything for this. Just to kind of give you, while we wait for a dungeon, if we can get one, because it's going to be a heroic dungeon, unfortunately. So we may be waiting a while. But the way I do this is just brine, get that up. Once we get to about there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop Conjure Storm. Conjure that. And I'm just going to get all the big stuff I can out. Cast Brine. Yeah, can pop that right there. That's back up. Throw Deluge out there. So as you can see, I mean, it's pop what you have that's up. Now, most of this stuff would be completely gone by the time we got to it, right? The big thing is you want to make sure that you get your conductive. You can see it above our health bar. I like how I just pointed at my screen like y'all can see what I'm pointing at. But right above our health bar, we have conductive 7. When we have all 7 points, throw that, and you'll see that there's a Conjured Storm now there, without having to throw Conjured Storm. And of course, I just moved my mouse to the wrong spot, but that's that build. Like, it is a very solid AoE damage ability. As you can see, just by not really paying too much attention, just going through and using what's popping up, we were at 2.1k DPS. Is that great? Not really. But we're also, like, not geared. We're only at a 59. We haven't even hit the 60 mark for levels. As far as our stats are going, our crit chance needs to be up higher. We should be easily around the 20 to 25 mark. Haste rating should probably be up to about 10%. Right now we're at 6.2. And then the hit rating still needs to go up as well. We don't really need to be at the 17%. It would be nice. We're currently at 11%, so we're not having to worry about trash mobs. While we're waiting for dungeon. I know I said we were going to do a dungeon, but I forgot we're on heroics right now, so we can't really do, like, nobody's really doing heroics right this minute. Especially since server time, it's pretty late. So we're going to go ahead and switch back over to lightning. It takes 12,000 of those, or I can use those. How much currency do I actually have? So I've got the 12,000 of that, no problem. Yeah. All right, so now we are in lightning. Obviously, we're going to put all 3 points here. We'll cover those here in just a minute. We know that we want body of lightning. We want cooldown reduction. We don't really care for that one, but we want to get to this one. Increases our spell haste. Invigorating winds is good. We can pick up you and you. Man, we can grab... Oh, we don't even need that. We can just grab that one and that one. And sure, why not that one for healing? That's good. We're still going to try and get to Lightning King. We don't need Storm Alert, and we don't use Torrential Wrath, so that skill's pointless for us now. So we'll probably just go with this one. Keep Lightning Cloak up. We'll grab that. Thunder Ward, yeah. Storm Channeling, yes. Storm, nope, don't care. Storm Cloak, sure, because then we can grab the Storm Rider. Discharge restores more mana. Whirlpool, even though it's meh. I have the Tornado. We need 3 more points. Crackle now affects 1 more person. We need 2 more. Sure. And sure. And then we've got 2 points. So we could either go down the middle here. Let's see. Charge up now. So yeah, we're just going to go straight down the middle. So that's that side for this tree. There we go. Now we're going to do this side. Obviously, we're going to do Thorum. Now, here's the thing. We want Thorum, Arm of Thorum. We want that sucker to do as much damage as it can. So we know we're going to go here, here, and we're going to pick up that here in just half a second. Don't really need Forked Lightning. We're not going to be using it that much. Vault is always a good one. Do I need any of these? Reduces the duration of interrupt and silence against you. Yes. So we got to pick up that one so we can grab you. That one. Call Lightning now critically strikes. We can pick up that skill, and then we got to get all the way down here to Thorum's Gift. We want increases all damage you deal against targets with Volt on it. Born from Thunder. Nah. Forked Lightning now marks your Call Lightning against marked enemies, deals an additional 15% damage. Dang, that requires us to use Forked Lightning. I like using Crackle better, though. It's fine. Wicked Storms. Enemies affected by your Conjure Storm take. Sure. Damage double violent monsoon. Enemies got. Oh, did they get rid of the. Hold on. Let's take this off. Oh, nope, it's over here now. Okay. Just haven't gone over that. Fine. Let's see. Increases the spell power of Call Lightning and turn to Wrath. Yes, please. Increases critical strike chance of your own electrocute. Crackle and Forked Lightning now increase the damage of your next shock. Sure. Increases the damage of your shock. When you deal direct spell, fail to critically strike. Grants you an additional 10% chance to refresh a charge of Crackle or Forked Lightning when you deal damage with Shock, Electrocute, or Call Lightning. Okay. Increases, I don't care. Living Coil increases the critical, sure. Lightning Rod, your deal now refresh a charge of Crackle. Storm Rage. Thorn again. Okay, so it doesn't matter how we get to that node. It just wants us to get to that one. Lightning Cage is fine. Thunder deal damage in the Call Lightning now has a 30% chance to deal an additional 20% of its damage. Sure. Overwhelming power. No thanks. Reduces the cooldown of Lightning Cage by 30 seconds and its movement speed slow reduction. No thanks. Because we've got 2 points left anyway. So we're just going to go Unbound Lightning. Your direct damage spells now have a 50% chance to strike the target with an additional bolt of lightning. That's just free. And then we want Thorum's Gift because it's going to put a thing on the ground. Pull out the books so everything levels up. And then we want to, don't need that on here. Don't need Cloud Burst. Let's go Spellbook here. We want Thorum. That's going to be our 9 because it's our heavy hitter. Body of Lightning is always good. Conjure Storm. We've got our what you call it? The macros already there for it. I guess Fort's Lightning is the only skill that we really need down on here. Okay. So this one's real simple. When this is up, because we should have gotten the skill that makes it a guaranteed crit, right? This does increases the damage of your Arm of Thorum by an additional 1% per static depleted, and this makes it always critically strike. So what you want to do is you want to get this up to 100. And you do attack a little slower on this one. But now that I've got that up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this. I'm going to pop Call Lightning over there. Pop our Thunderlord. And then we're just going to go into our main rotation here. Alright, pop that again. Boom. That's instant cast now. There's Thorum. We'll use it at 65. You can see there's a slight damage difference. That's up. That's up. That's up again. So, again, massive AoE. Just for what we did there, that was 2.8k. Again, we're not really spec'd for this, but that's a little bit simpler of a rotation. It's build up to 100, pop Arm of Thorum while that's on cooldown. Build it up to at least 50, pop a Crackle, get Call Lightning out. Make sure your Body of Lightning is up. Make sure you're constantly throwing these two off of cooldown. If you want to use a big spell, you've got Thunder Cage. This thing's going to give you a lot more damage. You know, obviously make sure you're buffed because I've been forgetting to do that. So this build, this is, I want to say this is supposed to be your boss deal, but, I mean, we can, Alex, if you really want. I'm just kind of going over all the different builds for the Stormbringer. But yeah, I have no problem doing some, Mana Storms. So yeah, I mean, it's a very simplistic build. It was originally set to be your boss killer. This build was supposed to be your heavy single target with a little bit of AoE. Maelstrom was supposed to be your mass AoE with little variants of single target damage. And then your wind was supposed to be your just go to, I want to have a pet and do some slight damage. Okay, Alex, that's fine. So let's switch over to wind. We'll go ahead and do that. So for wind, we get Summon Air Elemental. That's automatic at level 10. At level 15, Call Lightning now increases the critical strike chance of all allies within 100 yards for 5% for 10 seconds. That's great. Lexicon of Servitude, instant cast. Your next Summon Air Elemental is instant cast and cost no mana. Tailwind. Tap into the swift winds, increasing your damage by 10% and granting all ally players within 5% increased haste for 15 seconds. Does not stack with similar effects. And then we also have Surge of Might. This is a 1 minute cooldown. Emanate an aura around you for 15 seconds, causing all players within 100 yards of you to deal 244 additional damage as nature damage when they deal direct damage. Applies exhaustion, preventing you from benefiting from this. Again, we're going to start over here. Typically, I would say stick to the side that your class is going to be in. But we know we want Shock. We know we want the more damage. We know we want Conjure Storm. We know we want it to get a cooldown. We know we're going to want Body of Lightning. We can grab Discharge just so that we can grab up Crit Strike and Haste. We know we're going to want Invigorating Winds, right? Then we can come over here and go Body of Lightning reduces its cooldown. We can grab Storm Chaser. We can grab Storm Sorcery. We can pick up Thunder Ward. Shocked to Life, because now Shocked and Arrow Blast, which is somewhere over here. Forget where it went. Anyway, Shock and Arrow Blast now heal. Where was that skill? I just put a point in that dang skill. Where did it go? Yeah, here we go. Shock to Life. Arrow Blast now heals you for 10%. We want the Storm Cloaked and then the Run. Then we pick up Channeling. We pick up Whirlpool. We can pick up Discharge. I have the Tornado. Surge Overlord. Dang it, it still wants me to pick up extra skills I don't need. In fact, it says I got 3 more to pick up. Sure. Sure. Honestly, I know it probably should go to Fog, but I think I'm going to do Thunder King. Fog is a good one if you're in PvP, I guess. Welcome back. Here, I'll go into voice chat, my guy. There we go. Just one more. Doesn't really matter then. Every 30 seconds, your Storm Alert or Torrential Wrath. We're not using either of those. So, increases duration of Stormcloak. That would be good. Yeah. Just go that way. Okay, that's that side there. Then we want to go Updraft. You get 2 charges, creates a 8-yard updraft at target location. 15 deals 280 nature damage. Aerodynamics. This is instant. Depletes 40 static. Envelop raid members within 40 yards in a magical mist. Increasing their attack or spell power by 15% for 15 seconds. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. I have no idea. Okay. Aerodynamics, there we go. Arrow Blast, there we go. Transforms Call Lightning into Arrow Blast. Arrow Blast depletes 50 static. Crush an enemy with the weight of the wind, dealing 296 nature damage to them, and then an additional time for 40% of the damage dealt after 1 second. Grants your Air Elemental a stack of Invigoration, scales with your modifiers to Call Lightning. Invigoration increases the damage of your Air Elemental by 3% for 15 seconds, stacks 10 times. Absolutely love that. Evergale, reduce the cooldown of your aerodynamics by 10 seconds. Yes, please. Everlasting Invigoration increases the duration of invigoration by 10%. Or 10 seconds, rather. Kiss of the Clouds depletes 40 static. Grant party and raid members within 40 yards a shield that absorbs 180 damage, scales with intellect for 10 seconds. While active, the target suffers no spell pushback for taking damage. Sure, we'll just grab that just cuz. Gale transforms Crackle into Gale. Gale has 3 charges, 8 seconds per recharge. Blast an enemy with a powerful gust of wind for 249 nature damage, generates 20 static, scales with modifiers to Crackle. Unshackle depletes 50 static, transforms your air elemental into a more powerful form for 14 seconds, increasing damage dealt by 25% and spell haste by 30%. Cloudy increases the base absorption of Kiss of the Clouds by 50%. Cyclone recharge, casting Shock now reduces the remaining cooldown of your Kiss of the Clouds. Sure. Gathered energy, damage dealt by your Crackle now increases the damage of your Call Lightning by 2%, stacks 5 times for 10 seconds. Quick Draft increases the tick rate of updraft by 25%. I have no idea if that's good. Wrath of Al-Akir. Depleting static extends the duration of your Unshackle by 3%. I'm going to have to look at that. I don't understand why it's giving you fits. I gave you all the permissions. I don't know why it's giving you fits. I've given you all the permissions for that channel, so I don't know what's up with that. But what's up, man?
I don't know. Nothing much. You?
Oh, just trying to figure out this wind build. Increases the effectiveness of your Unshackle, and I'm actually, well, let's see. Wind Surf. Command your air elemental to windsurf to you, intercepting the next melee or ranged attack made against you and allowing you to cast shock or call lightning while moving for thanks. Unshackle your now unshackles you, increasing your damage dealt by 15. Flow. Invigoration now stacks 5 additional times. Sure, that sounds good. Unrelenting Gale. Call Lightning now refreshes a charge of Gale. In addition, critical strike chance of Crackle is increased by 10%. Ooh, that's weird lag. Comforting Winds. Your damage dealt now increases the haste of your air elemental by 1% for 10 seconds. Stacks 5 times. Damage dealt by your air elemental now increases your haste by 1% for 10 seconds. Stacks 5 times. Sure, I love haste. Haste is good. Wind Gate. Place a Wind Gate at a target location for 1 minute. You may cast Wind Gate Evacuate on an ally to pull them to your Wind Gate. I'll pick it up, but I don't think I'll ever use it. Your free wind now deals 25% increased damage. Its cooldown is reduced by 30%. Your free wind no longer pushes enemies back. Free wind transforms Eye of the Storm into free wind. Free wind creates a massive gust of wind in a 20-yard line, dealing 564 nature damage and slowing enemy movement speed by 30% and slightly pushing them back. Repeats every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. Maybe. Nimbus. Instantly resets the cooldown of your evacuate. No. Aether Focus. Your Skyfall now grants you Electrocutioner. Your critical strikes with Crackle make your next electrocute within 10 seconds usable regardless of target's health. Skyfall. Command your air elemental, causing its next instance of damage within 8 seconds to strike an enemy, dealing 1,098 arcane damage and increasing the movement speed of all nearby allies by... I actually like that. That's pretty dope. But which one am I going to use the most? That's the question. Probably Free Wind and Haven. Aeromancy increases damage of your updraft. Sure. Clear Sky Pennant allows allies now have a 50% increased movement speed while moving through your updraft, or enemies now have a 50% slowed movement speed. I like enemies moving slower. That sounds fun. Master Airbender. Gale now reduces the cooldown of abilities that deplete static by 1 second. This does not affect Updraft or Invigorating Surge. You can toss me a invite for boss man.
Yeah, I'm just getting the whisper set up so I can send you an invite, because this stuff's stupid. Because it doesn't show that you're online, even though you are.
Yeah, I really hope they fix that. Okay, so how do I summon my
There we go.
elemental? Because the clouds can go down here. Summon air elemental. I thought this thing was a permanent summon. I guess it's not.
Let me know when you're ready.
I mean, I'm throwing skills on my bar real quick because I have no idea what I'm gonna actually need or not need.
Yeah.
But see, I have a skill called Lexicon of Servitude, but it doesn't look like my air elemental has a... Yeah, it's a pet. So it's... I have no idea, dude. None.
I've never used Stormbringer, so... I only have my Necro and my first one.
I mean, you can go ahead and pop us in there. I have no idea if I'm going to do any good, but...
I'm just gonna real quick upgrade some of these potions. So I have the Bonzo Bolt.
Yeah. Ooh, stupid lag, bro.
It's not fun.
Yeah, that's the best I can do. Be aggressive, pet.
Alright, it's gonna be level 61, so you should be able to get some decent gear out of it.
Yeah.
I'd say just make sure you have clean enough inventory, so in case you get a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I have a pet that I can use while I'm in there. That
Fair
I
enough.
can sell stuff with.
Alright. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead, pop it. I'm just trying to figure out skills, that's all. 'Cause I have
Fair
no
enough.
idea.
Okay, where are we? Who do we have to kill? Gore.
Ruffle Gore.
Feels like he's not part of. I don't think he's part of this fucking raid slash dungeon.
Probably, I don't know.
Dude, honestly, this is too big of a raid, or too big of a dungeon.
Oh, he's down there. This build is for a 2-man. I don't think this is a good setup, honestly.
Oh, I'm getting melted. Oh, damn. Oh, that's why he's not. I'm not doing much damage to him because I don't have my blights down. That was easy.
I did no damage, dude.
Hey, you did some.
Yeah, okay. I didn't even
35
do.
K.
Yeah, on my side it says 35.7. I didn't even do half the damage you did. And I'm lagged.
Well, then I'm pretty much min-maxed.
Yeah. Hello, game? Oh. I think my whole game just crashed. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
I got that for having more than a year in combat.
Oh, this hurts. This hurts.
Oh my gosh, this lag is killing me, bro.
I might be on. That might be because of me, because I'm just killing too many things.
No, I mean usually I'm okay. It's just I was
God,
also
that sucked,
I was also recording everything because I was gonna try and send it to an editor, but I may just
Gotcha.
record different stuff to send to them. But yeah, this lag is ridiculous.
I did have some. That was due to like there being like 17 ads.
Ooh, what? Oh, we need to go fight the one that's okay.
I'm surprised a necromancer is able to tank all this.
Well, you're the summoner necro. If you were like the rhyme or the death one,
Animation.
I don't think you would be able to do that. You know what I mean?
I tried all three of them, and I had about the same amount of health.
I don't know. I think the animation though gets more buffs for their minions,
Yeah.
so that they can take a little bit more damage.
Oh, that's why I don't have a second blight. Okay.
I can tell you this: I'm not a fan of the wind.
You're doing some decent damage. It was stunned. That's not fun.
I don't even know if I have all the skills I'm supposed to be rocking on my bar. If I'm being honest.
You caught up. You. You're getting up there.
That fight doesn't really count because it was single target and neither of us do good on single target.
Yeah, I do somewhat decent. If it's like a raid boss, I, for some reason, do like 10k DPS. But if it's multi-target, I also excel there.
I have no idea which way we're supposed to be going. Oh, look out. Purple orbs of doom.
Well, they dead now.
Oh, here's the boss. Quartermaster Ziggurat.
Did this bastard seriously just net me up to where it canceled my prep
Just-
swarm?
Just be careful.
Oh, and I'm almost dead.
Well, that too.
I didn't even notice.
Alright, I popped a bubble for us. I can do that every 30 seconds. I guess that helps with this build a little, I guess.
So you're somewhat hard healer. Mildly.
Not even a healer. I just have a bubble.
You give us absorption.
And it's like, most of the things that are going to hit us are going to do way more damage than what the bubble can survive.
That's if you're doing a raid boss. That's when you know you screwed up.
No, like, the guy that we were just fighting, or the little ads that we were just fighting,
Yeah.
they'll pop the bubble in one hit.
Oh, I was perfectly fine. They took like 6 or 7 hits, and they took down my bubble.
Because my bubble gives us 861 absorb.
Okay, that should have gave you that buff. Good. It buffs your stam.
I see him back there.
Ew, slimes.
I don't think you can change builds once you're in here, can you?
Not that I know of.
Because I was like, I'll just switch back over to Maelstrom because I know that build can do a ton of damage.
Yeah. I'm honestly down to running through Mythic Plus.
Nah. To be honest, I wasn't going to be on that long tonight. That's why I was recording as well as streaming.
Yeah, but like, just whenever running through Mythic Plus, so you have some decent gear.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I'll definitely take you up on it. I think
I
tomorrow
need
I'll...
to do more keys.
I
I
think,
need more strange coins so I can upgrade my armor.
yeah. I think tomorrow I'll be trying to finish leveling the Sun Cleric healer that I have.
Oh, we got scarabs right here. Oh, one of those demon thingies from Burning Crusade.
I still haven't gotten an answer from the devs. They announced that they're going to be adding unique crafting places in the world to Area 52, but they haven't said if they're going to add it to everybody.
They might be adding it to Area 52 to test it out.
Either way, it would be nice if they give it to everybody, because it's supposed to be unique crafting areas.
For like
Um,
profession
yeah,
based.
yeah. So if you've ever played like ESO or any of that kind of stuff,
I
that's
played
not good.
RuneScape.
I'm about to fucking die.
Come on, game, just let me lock onto these guys. God, how many scarabs did you have on you?
I don't even know where they came from. It's not like I went and attacked anybody.
They shouldn't even been able to
There you go.
spawn over here.
Yeah, I haven't. Um, but yeah, so it's supposed to give you access to crafting unique armor sets.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, well, that would be cool to have here. So, you know, can we get it here kind of thing? But I didn't get a response, so... I also asked about getting a build calculator done.
That'd be nice.
They don't know of anybody who's actively working on one, but they also said that the reason why they don't think anybody's actively working on it is because it's technically still in alpha. And so with all the changes they're doing, it wouldn't make sense for them to make a build calculator that's going to be changing every week anyway, so it's just adding more work to somebody's workload already.
Just pay them more, honestly.
Yeah, but as much as they've already got, I mean, they're running bare minimum crew anyway, so I get it.
Which is not good.
This hurts. Nope,
Oh.
I lagged.
That's not good.
That hurt. That really, really hurts. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have a calculator, but at the same time, it's not one of those things that I'm sitting here going, I have to have a calculator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Alright, you're getting rezzed. I don't think we're gonna have any more combat reses though.
That's fine.
Nope, we still have one.
Waiting for just enough mana to regenerate so I can make me some food. And
What you can do is just pick up some of the health orbs. That should give you mana.
that's
health.
true. It does.
Yep.
Alright, I'm good.
Okay, we're gonna pull. I didn't want to pull 4, but okay, we ball.
Oh, and that's going to be the real problem is when I can do damage with this build, it does a lot of AoE. I think I'll do a couple more rooms, and then, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording portion of it, because I'm not going to, I don't think I'll use it.
Why did it pull that many? I use Lit Frost. Lit Frost is a single target, not AoE.
But yeah, I think I'll do a couple more rooms, and then I'm just going to call it for the night. I started late, and then I've got a long stream I'm doing tomorrow. So
I really don't know if I'm beyond for that, as
oh, you're good. I'm gonna start at noon and
work now. For next year when I ship out to Marine Corps Basic.
yeah, no, you're good. I'm gonna be doing a long stream just because it's my day off. I'll start around noon, probably end somewhere around 4, and then take my nephew out to eat. Dang it.
I'm screwed.
Well, we apparently are taking on 2 bosses plus a bunch of people. Excuse me.
Oh, I hate these stupid things where they knock you back and cancels your spell.
Yeah. So the only thing that makes melee characters better is it's harder for them to get interrupted by knockbacks.
Yep. Oh, one's dead. One more to go.
Ba, 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 ba. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done.
Oh, that was close. I did not like that. Oh, yay! This one.
I hate
This
Stratham.
one's
I see this place and I just wonder one thing.
this one's fun when it's Mythic Plus. And he's this way.
Some of my air
Especially
elementals
when it's
died.
a high Mythic level, like above 12. Oh, that hurt, that hurt, that hurt, that really hurts.
Bro, I'm lagging so hard. And I'm not sure why. That's the other reason why I'm probably gonna only do like 1 or 2 more of these.
Yeah.
Just because for whatever reason I'm having... As soon as we start combat, I start lagging.
I don't know why that is, though.
I don't know. It's probably because I tried to get my computer to hurry up and do stuff since I was already running behind schedule.
Maybe.
Because we went to the kids wanted to go to the pool, so I went with them to go to the pool, and then as soon as I got back, I was like, okay, I got to stream, and then I ran in here and I was like, okay, I need this to start working, and I need that to start working, and then I just tried to launch stuff, so there's probably a bunch of stuff running in the background that I don't need to be running in the background.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, we got some gargoyles. That's always fun.
Alright, we'll do one more will be fine.
Marudon.
Eat.
The amount of pikes I have inside my esophagus is not good.
I am so lagged right now. I don't know if you're in combat yet, but I'm still looking at the loading screen. That's how lagged out I am right now.
Yeah, I don't even see you loaded into the bubble.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, we're going the right direction.
I'm also so lagged that The oozes you are fighting, most of them are just the skeletons that are on the inside of them.
Yeah, that was same for me as well for a few of them.
Wind is definitely not for me for this guy.
Oh, he's a spellcaster. Never mind.
Yeah, he can also summon more of the stupid Trents every time they go down.
That's how you clear a room. Great job, team.
Okay. I think I'll dip out and check out what gear we got out of it, if any. Because they didn't update Mana Storm drops. They only updated the message board drops.
Gotcha.
So those have been updated to where now when you do the daily and weekly quests, those are guaranteed to always give you armor of the typing that you are or higher. It will never give you anything lower, and they removed it to where since I'm a cloth wearer, I will not get plate mail out of that anymore. Or leather.
Okay,
I will
that's good.
only ever get cloth.
Cloth.
Cookie's right there. We'll just take out Cookie and then we'll dip out because they'll put us at 70, which is fine. If I don't lag mid-fight, I'm probably dying because I can't see what I'm doing.
Taking like no damage. Okay, there we go.
Dang it. My mouse is in the wrong spot.
Now we're cooking.
Okay. Boop. Jump through.
70. Death Speaker Jarbaga.
Yeah, I'm still on a loading screen again. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out what the heck is going on with this. I'm gonna go ahead and dip out of... Gosh, dang this lag. I'm gonna go ahead and dip out of here. Do Mana Storm.
Alright.
I'll open up my boxes, figure out what I got, and then we'll call that a night.
Sounds good.
Whew, let's see. And then I'm gonna definitely redo this guy back over into Maelstrom, because that's where he'll probably stay. Because Maelstrom's good. The one thing I will say is Stormbringer is a lot of fun, but honestly, it's not gonna be your meta, like, big DPSer. It's good for parties, for ads. It's good for, you know, getting buffs out that need to be done, but outside of that, it's really not there yet. So it looks like levels 25 to 105 are normal or heroic gear.
Yeah.
That's what my box says when I'm looking at it.
So over 100. Gotta shoot for over 100 for the mythic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a heroic dungeon staff. Gives me a crap ton of spirit, which I don't need. But then outside of that, it was all useless gear. Plate. That's cloth, but it's useless. That's leather. So these haven't been updated at all. Leather, can't wear a wand. I could put that on, but it's worthless. This actually gives me way more crit. Instead of that defensive ring. There we go. That's a plus. Polearm, can't use it. That's a slight upgrade. Yes, I'll take the hit to 9 hit rating. That's a huge upgrade.
Finally, this fucker invites me for this shit.
Language, my guy.
Alright, my bad, I forgot. DM the guy, because he needed 2 DPS and a tank. I went, screw it, I'm DPS. Might as well whisper you that I need an invite since I'm DPS, since you might need help. The guy doesn't respond back. Till finally he sends me an invite.
Yeah.
Took him long enough.
Minus a 5 intellect, which is fine. I lose some spell power, which is fine, because I get crit, haste, and hit rating.
And I believe their key is a plus 19. Yeah, it's up. Yeah, it's plus 19 dead mines.
Well, that sounds entertaining.
Oh, it's gonna suck. See, the highest one I've ever done was a 16.
Why do I keep getting these
That's
stupid
rage fire.
spirit staffs? I don't need spirit.
See, we got a clerk, a fellsworn. That's, I think. Okay, we got a clerk, so healer, and ranger. So maybe is ranger either DPS or tank or both?
Ranger is only DPS. It can be ranged or melee. It has
Gotcha.
2 range specs with marksman and Farstrider, and then it's got brigand, which is its melee.
Gotcha.
And it's rare to see somebody playing the melee. Just because it gets so outstripped by the other 2 specs. That's the other thing. They really need to stop letting us get these dang cards. The card packs. Since we can't do anything with them.
I
But,
have like 600 of them. I have too many.
yeah, well, we can't do anything with them. I just delete them.
I should probably do that too.
It's the same thing with the enchant materials that they give you. The orbs and stuff.
Yeah,
Can't do anything with the orbs.
which
Because
is annoying.
we don't do that type of enchanting on this server. So hopefully when this goes live, they delete that kind of stuff. But Who knows? Maybe they'll add a mechanic that we can use that stuff in, or use it as a currency for something else. I don't know. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Number one, I'm exhausted from being at the dang pool. Number two, I'm just exhausted because it's been a long day, especially at work.
I don't blame
And number three, I'm gonna work on videos tomorrow. We're gonna do our long live stream tomorrow. So got a lot coming out tomorrow. I mainly just wanted to check out and show off the different builds that have changed. I love this. So if I want to switch back over to Maelstrom because I'm out of the orbs to switch, it says if I accept, it's going to take 17,520 runes of Ascension. Or the alternative is it'll take 12,720. I think I'll go with the alternative because it's cheaper.
Yeah. I might have like well over 100,000, but I'm wanting to keep them.
Yeah.
Cheap. Because I want to buy some more heirlooms for my Felsworn.
Oh no. It says I'm on Maelstrom. Why is it?
But it doesn't say that you are.
No, it still says I'm on Wind.
Maybe reset your game.
I may have to, because it's still showing Wind as my passives on the other side. Alright, well, I'll mess with that here in a little bit. Alright, everybody, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Again, we've got a lot coming through the pipeline tomorrow, and I will see you then. Peace out, everybody.